Hello, dear friends. This mind-blowing voyage, in the good sense of word, has displaced all the current news I had, due to the importance of the message. Opinion piece. Fantastic voyage. The Father has given the green light. In quotes. You are closer than you think. We are no longer a prison planet. Journey into the hollow earth. This is the moment we have been waiting for. We are heading to the point of critical mass. Petition for the disappearance of the Matrix. To stop the hypnosis of the population. New wave of codes, frequencies and energies. Earth is moving into fifth density. The world has changed and cannot be reversed. Humankind is in the process of raising its collective frequency. Let's start. I have just received an account of the experience of a mind-blowing and extraordinary journey of 4 awakened humans into the hollow earth that took place yesterday, Wednesday, in which they called for action to stop the hypnosis of the population and for the control matrix to disappear. You can believe or not in the sincere testimony of 4 beings of light dedicated to the service of humankind, because it can only be demonstrated through their personal experience. But to me, it resonates authentic, and therefore I reproduce it in its entirety after receiving permission to do so. Let's start. Yesterday, Wednesday, October 20th, in a guided channeling session, a Lady Macarena, Majoral Artelic Matisse, Commander Zafiel Elohim, and Tolkien Sirius, we asked to enter some city of interterrestrial place through the portal of the mountain called La Moleta de Alfara, because it looks like a giant grindstone and is 807 meters high, in Ports de Tortosa, beside Tarragona, to bring information to the intraterrestrials. This mole of rocky quadrature is an interdimensional portal stop that allows to go to the outer space or to the inner earth. They showed me, when I went through the rock, that inside there is like a huge void of light, which rotates and teleports to those places. We went there and got inside, looking as if we were going down a steep slide, but it was getting flatter as we got somewhere, to keep the sense of standing upright. We came to a place of green meadows and lush valleys with a spruce-like grove of trees. The comments worn by my companions were like Indians, like a protective cloth, like a sponge. There, 2 beings of about 4 meters appeared to us in human format, but with the head of an elephant, with a nose with what seemed to be a trunk, but neither long nor with big ears, as we know those mammals. It remembers me the god Ganesha. Their look was one of love and tenderness. They conveyed love, and that we should be calm and not be frightened by their appearance. They took all 4 of us by the hand, and when we took the first step with them, it was as if we entered a portal, disappearing from there, and finding ourselves immediately in a place where they showed us their cities to understand, which were like glass donuts, one below the other, anchored to a very long vertical tube, as if it were the passage that connected each one to them. We were told that what we saw from where we were was not the same as if we were inside of one of those donuts, since from inside it looked as if it were a city similar to ours, with the natural environment, sky, etc. After that, we were taken to a big meeting, like a council, where there were many beings, races, and where talks were taking place about what is happening in our world and in the divine plan. In fact, it seems as if they were waiting for us. There were Urmas, beings from Alpha Beta Centauri, gnomes, other beings from other planets. We were talking with three of them, or what were like the rollers. Their names were Tuarantec, Buarantec, and Aminatec. They were two brothers and a sister. On the roof of the council hall, there were some elders observing what was taking place in this micro meeting. They let us know that they needed to know firsthand, and in this moment, how and in what way they could help us without altering too much. We explained a little bit the situation as it is and asked them if they could do something to make people see that they still do not see, do not understand, that something is really happening here, and we asked them if they could accelerate the process of the activation of all mass media forever and ever, since it is the means by which they keep them without direction or possibility to decide for themselves. They said yes, that and anything else. What could they do? Everything. I observed that they passed a scroll, protocol type, to those of Alpha Beta Centauri, who were simply observing to get it to the higher spheres, that the process should be accelerated. The Urma tested that this protocol couldn't be intercepted at any point by the Dark Ones, since as warriors they know perfectly well where there could be traps. We have to think that what appears to be written on a scroll is seen as a four-dimensional level for them. We were told that this action was scheduled for mid to late November, but could be anticipated by about 3 weeks. In the middle of the decision by the council, the Urma or the elders, we saw the Christ appear, confirming the activation of the plan with words like, "The Father has given the green light. This is the moment you were also waiting for." I saw how in the heads of the many of us who were there, sparkling light went on in the crown chakra, as if those words activated something within us. After a second, we saw how beings vanished before our eyes as portals, just like that, to their places, star, planets, to take that information to proceed to its activation as determined. We said goodbye, saying that we were welcome and that they were in us, feeling as if we were returned to the energetic void, to feel anchored in our body and be at home. Being conscious already at home, we felt that the elders there, the ones who ultimately determined, were ourselves. It is to say, we are the ones who went to activate things, and at the same time we confirmed our own determined actions. With love, on day, we will continue. Tolkien Sirius and Theised Elohim Zafiel. The future has changed. I am the guardian of time. I'm here with you this day to tell you that everything in the future has changed on your planet. It's no secret that the energy is becoming difficult, and it is becoming a challenge to spread your wings. It is even difficult to find the joy you had only moments ago. And yet, these times are also bringing change. They are activating sacred contracts you made around the big table before you came in. Here you are in these magical times of mastery. We find you deep in the midst of it all. Humankind is in the process of raising its collective frequency. The Earth has shifted its trajectory slightly, and that has brought about an understanding of time. Some of your most basic concepts simply fall apart with this understanding. The word unprecedented is used unprecedentedly, and yet everything is heading toward a point of critical mass. This is a time for experiments, a time to reach new levels of light and experience them in different ways. You are closer than you think because magic is with you all the time. Breathe and feel that deep connection with the earth. You have a beautiful inner balance system, which is quite magical to see. The world has changed, and it is simply not possible to turn back. One of the best things you can do during these times is to find ways to live locally as much as possible. Eat locally, grow food, and support your local merchants. Yes, there are great benefits to be gained by keeping humans separate and angry. If humans realize they are controlled and discover the flow of money, they will be very surprised to learn of the companies they trusted that are behind it. We know it's uncomfortable to be out of balance, but that's part of being human. Know that you are making a big difference just by daring to be there. You are holding the light. Welcome home. Ascension process. Earth is moving into fifth density now, according to Aurora Ray. The good news is that the darkness will fade as Earth moves into the fifth dimension. A dark veil will lift from the eyes of your earthly brothers and sisters. They will be able to see the beauty of life, love, light, joy, and peace. Everything on earth is love. Love is all that exists on earth. The earth itself is a frequency of love, and every cell of your earthly body is love. Know in your hearts, dear ones, that nothing on your earthly planet is evil, nothing. This is simply a blanket of darkness that has been cast over the earth for the past 8,000 years. Earth is now ready to rid herself of this darkness. Earth will lose her sense of hate, greed, anger, sadness, fear, and disease. As you get rid of these dark emotions, these emotions will also lose their hold on you. Then the darkness will disappear. Earth is a sentient being. She feels love and she feels joy. Everything is vibrating, and the earth vibrates at a very high frequency. Her vibration is love. Your earth bodies, like the earth, vibrate at a very high frequency. The earth will no longer be your prison. The earth will reflect your own vibration of love to you. But most human beings on earth now live in darkness, anxiety, depression, fear, hopelessness, doubt, and every other negative emotion. This darkness surrounds them and is draining their energy. The dark emotions are preventing the light from reaching you. Now is your time to turn to the light and seek the truth. New quotes. According to Aurora Ray, final energies of this fundamental evolutionary leap in consciousness have begun and are intensifying into the collective fields of light and energy. A new wave of codes, frequencies, and energies is emerging. These are specific codes designed to activate people who are ready for this next stage of growth. The new energies will serve as an activation of the ancestral DNA pattern, returning you to wholeness on all levels of your consciousness. This will allow you to finally let go of the ancestral patterns that still exist in the deepest layers of the human psyche. This cascade of energy is coming with many changes, and many of them will be profound. This upgrade will help everyone to go through real positive changes in their lives, personally, psychologically, and on the planet in general. The energies arising with this cascade are new to human beings. They have been evolving for quite some time, and this new energy comes as an evolutionary shift. We have incorporated wonderful energies into this energetic upgrade, such as self-love, compassion, acceptance, and understanding. This will also give you the opportunity to heal your mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual bodies. Transmutation. With this new energy, you are also provided the opportunity to transmute all energies that no longer serve you. This upgrade is the opportunity to find your true spiritual path. This will give you the opportunity to calm your fears and forgive yourselves and others. You will be able to release attachments and fears. This upgrade is also designed to help you become more aligned with your true purpose and connect with your higher self. When you feel fear, instead of hiding from it, let it pass through you. Allow yourself to feel fear, but fall back in love. This is the best way to release the old energies and help you ascend. Ascension is the energy of divine spiritual consciousness, power, and truth. It is the highest frequency of all energy. Ascension is about the expansion of consciousness. Ascension is the energetic process of rising above your physical body to a higher level of consciousness. It is a process of transmutation, of getting rid of the lower frequency of matter consciousness, and moving into higher frequencies of thinking, feeling, and being. This is the process of letting go of what no longer serves you and accepting who you are in the moment today. Expansion. When your consciousness expands, you expand. You expand from the illusion of separation and limitation and move into the awareness of your oneness with the universe, with the divine, and with God Self. Ascension is energy that reminds you that you are never alone. It's the energy of unconditional love. Compassion and divine connection. It's the energy that comes from being one with God, with Spirit. The energy of Spirit is responsible for bringing forth the charismatic light of God within. It is the energy of divine spiritual consciousness. The ascension energy continues to flow through you and into Mother Earth. Although you may not yet feel the effects of this energetic shift, it is definitively very powerful. It is giving you the opportunity to release the old and move into the new. This energy shift provides the opportunity to create new forms and create a new paradigm. You can feel the effects of this energetic shift in many ways. You may notice that your physical body is changing, but this shift can also affect your mind and emotions. The shift is helping you to free yourselves from the false truths you have lived with for eons. As the false truths are finally released, you can begin to experience the truths of your being. You are awakening to the truth. You are beginning to see through the veils of illusion. Remember your true power and being to step into it. Remember that you are powerful creators. Remember that you are the creators of your own reality. As you continue to release the old, you are also creating the new. You are forming a new paradigm, and this paradigm does not include duality that has existed for so long. This paradigm will include the truth about your true essence. Major events. At this time, many of you are being activated by the energies of ascension. There are so many events occurring in the world, both perceived and unseen, that are causing great upheaval on the planet. These events force you to see and experience in various ways and allow you and all who are experiencing them to make decisions for your own consciousness and life journey. These decisions can take you in various directions and may be related to creating, changing, or releasing something or someone in your life. At this time, there is much beautiful energy for all of you to use as you please. However, you will need to be activated to be open enough for these energies to flow through you fully. Your mind must be open enough for these energies to flow through it completely. Your emotions must be open enough for these energies to flow freely through them. The ascension energy is a gateway to positive change. You can be a powerful creator of this change. You can direct ascension energy to the places where you need it most. You can direct the energy of ascension to your homes, businesses, churches, and temples. You have the ability to direct the energies of ascension energy to your mind and emotion. You can direct the energy of ascension energy to the places where you need it most. Everything is changing in these times. Yet you have a golden opportunity in front of you to create what you want. We love you very much. We are here with you. We are your family of light. Aho. Long life freedom. According to Linda Dillon, being told what to do is within our family structures and for millennia has seeped into our many institutions. From church to school, from military to prison. In the church, we are made to believe that access to God is through a priest, rather than through our own hearts, to our guides, to our higher selves, to the Divine Mother and Father One Absolute. Our common sense is under attack, not only in the media, but by most of our major institutions. Mandates strongly encourage us to do as we are told, reminding us of our role millions and millions of years ago as gold miners for off-planet beings. Archangel Michael, in my first reading with him, explained the difference between being a servant and being in service to Divine Mother. Our service to Divine Mother is with our free will. That is never interfered with because we always have free will. We are no longer a prison planet. It is time to bring to the surface those really deep feelings of being imprisoned, to be let go in gratitude for the great wisdom we have learned in forgiveness of all. It has been an incredible journey, with compassion and love for all of us. We are here to be in joy, in gratitude for our sacred purpose to create a planet that works for all with hope, peace, and love. Economy. Dollar rises. The dollar rose Thursday against the basket of currencies, erasing earlier losses, boosted by better jobs and housing data. Yuan rises. As China's yuan rises rapidly to its strongest level in 6 years against the currencies of trading partners, investors are puzzled by a notable lack of consent and intervention by the Chinese authorities. Oil plunges. Oil plunged on Thursday as a forecast for a warm winter in the US halted a rally that pushed prices to a 3-year high above $86 a barrel at the start of the session due to supply shortages and energy crunch. Bitcoin falls from peak. Bitcoin retreated on Thursday from its all-time high reached a day earlier after the debut of the first Bitcoin futures exchange-traded fund as analysts questioned the impact of cryptocurrency investment flows. Brazil's stock market falls. Brazil's stock market falls and the dollar rises on investment fears of out-of-control public spending after Economy Minister Paulo Guedes warned that a way had to be found to run more than $5.3 billion outside the spending ceiling. Fed bans stock trading by top officials. The Federal Reserve on Thursday banned individual stock purchases by senior central bank officials and unveiled a broad set of other restrictions on its investment activities about 6 weeks after reports of active trading by some top policymakers were triggered. Russia continues to add gold to its huge reserve. Russia's holdings of monetary gold in foreign exchange reserves increased by 0.14% last month, reaching 2,298,547 tons as of October 1st, the Central Bank of Russia reports. The statistics show that the Russian Central Bank added 3.1 tons of the gold in September. Putin, in quotes, the existing model of capitalism is exhausted. It has no way out of the tangle of contradictions. Vladimir Putin said Thursday that the capitalist system is facing problems that threaten new political and social crises. In quotes, socio-economic contradictions have worsened to the point that in the past there were upheavals on a global scale, world wars, bloody social cataclysms, the Russian president said during the forum of the Valdai Club in Sochi. And that's all for today. Thanks a lot, dear friends.